All right, good morning. It's about 7:20 on October 1. Driving back towards the site and just noticing, sorry about all the bugginess, but noticing this really good transpiration cream on the edge of the horizon. All right, 7:32, and I just got to the site. I'm so happy to see all this visual transpiration. It doesn't feel that moist in the air, but it looks greener here. And the color gradations are really favorable for the goal today, which is to radically shift things in a moist and cool direction. Radically gently. Shoot, 9:15 a.m. I forgot to film when I had buckets all around these trees. I started on this tree and just did 6 there, 5 here, 5 or 6 here, 4 or 5, 6, 3, 4, 4, 4. And oh yeah, down there 6. And we are in the last 150 gallons or so. I'm now moistening into the canopies and just being sloppy around here, trying to get this. It was real dry, you know, crispy when I got here. Now I've got the benefit of morning air movement and every good thing that came yesterday. There's transpiration over the canopy there. Real nice. So I am transitioning now over to these guys, the biggest trees up on this layer, and those by the table, and that should kind of finish it out for today. And then hopefully come back tomorrow and Friday and get the stuff close to the house. So 4 days total, roughly. Anyway, moving right along, and about an hour and a half to go. Alrighty, 11 a.m. on the dot, and just finished. The vegetation, I'm just getting in the shade here so you can see me. Vegetation is much greener across the landscape. Let me show you. Hopefully you can see. I mean, it's a gentle coolness right now. Things like this tree, I mean, obviously you got water. Let's go down to that tree. It's more vibrant. Shadow is not particularly strong yet, but the color is vibrant. Our shadows up here where I've been watering, of course, are stronger. Well, you can feel it up here, and we'll just see what happens, how the day plays out. Starting earlier usually means bigger systemic shifts in a couple of days. And one last thing is the forecast yesterday went from no rain in the next 10 days, all sun, to then 2 last night, and then back to 1 when I checked in on a couple hours ago. So this is good. Needle is moving around a little bit, but we ain't gonna get clouds from here right now. Today we're just gonna get this nice slow hydration moving around the landscape, and as the heat comes on, more moisture will move, and that's what you want. There's more color, there's more green down here. You can see little things popping up now, much greener than yesterday, just from the moisture in the air. These little tufts. And blackness in the trunks. So we're moving. Alrighty, it's about 1:45 p.m. I am on the backside of our house where it's real comfortable because we're kind of shaded, but look at that. We've got, I'm gonna go on the other side in a second. We've got heavy bottom clouds. It's hot in the sun today. Different from what we've had, but we've maintained long shadows or long cloud shadows. We've maintained or produced more tree clouds and haze, like transpiration haze at the horizon. And generally we have really lovely, you know, in canopy temperature again. It's warmer and drier down here today, but there again is that. I don't think we had anything like that yesterday. So we're building in this non-linear way. We are building towards a linear point of more moisture in the air. I'm gonna do a stimulation in a few minutes. I've got one more thing to finish. So around 2 p.m. I'll do a stimulation, and then we'll come back and see where things are at around 3. 2:04, 2:05, and I got distracted doing what I was doing on the computer, and then the gray light reminded me. Look at that. Very shady. Let's have a quick gander. So much for the heat. Now we're back to yesterday's type of weather. That is amazing. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good dark cloud. The sun's behind that sucker, and yeah, full sun day just turned into a full gray day. Hey, you can kind of see it's pretty concentrated over us here. So that's interesting. I watered up at Tony and John's, which is up here under those heavier clouds. And this is just literally across the street overhead. Sunbrella. So I'm gonna do a little stimulation and just see what happens from that. But this is what I was hoping for, was a break from the intensity. Yay. Okay, it's 2:20 p.m. We definitely got bigger clouds while I was doing that. Let's see if we can. Happy birds, calm birds on the bird feeder. Yeah, much bigger. Stimulation complete. Yeah, that's more of the good stuff right in front of the sun. Back here again, this heavy gray cloud. So I'm staring right at the cloud, and you know, I'm not blinded by the intense sunlight. And everything else just kind of bigger clouds across the horizon. Let's go to the back. Okay, walking back here one last time. I was planning on putting out a sheet, hanging a sheet over the deck, soaking it and letting the sun dry it out. That's a really effective way, as we look at these clouds, to get the heat to simmer down. It doesn't really make sense to me that it would be so effective, but it is. I've done it 2 different sites, and it's been extremely effective each time. It can even kind of leverage a shift. Now, so here's where our density increases, right up, sort of off of those trees. It's a pretty clear break. We know those clouds are across the street, but they got super heavy once I started doing the thing. I mean, you can see all kinds of streaks now in the sky. It's not just pure blue. Looks like somebody's thumbprints are up there. All the clouds have gray bottoms, and the temperature has really soothed down into, I don't know, 80s, low 80s for the moment. Not like the whole area, but the general tenor or timbre of the tone, the general feel of it, and just the air, the surrounding area, is a much more pleasant situation. That's all it took. Plus tons and tons of, you know, building up over days and months and years. But anyway, then you get to a point where you can do these stimulations that just accentuate what's already going well, and or sometimes cause big reactions, as I've got lots of video showing so far. So, okay, that's today's offsetting the heat, offsetting the drought. Back to the computer. .306, the light just dimmed again, almost on the 3 o'clock hour. I just had to come out here and see what we got. Look at that. It is nice, 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 nice out here. I mean, shade does make all the difference, but this is transpiration shade. We got 3 clouds doing it overhead now since the stimulation. And the thickest one is our sunbrella, blocking out the sunlight. Pretty cool. Okay, just on the back side, that's a nice plump transpiration type cloud. Landscape cloud. The haze is beautiful. Oh man, those are nice colors to see. And white on the horizon, plus these little UFO clouds, plus the cool air right now, plus the gray light. The moisture has dried up, of course, from the deck, but sitting pretty. Very good result.